I'm here. It's a little better, I think. We'll see what this looks like. Monitoring things myself is a little tricky, but I guess it's working. Greetings, my name is Murph. This is Reading Things with a Southern Accent 2020, episode 38. I can't believe that we have actually done 37 of these previous to tonight in the last few weeks. It is just after 6 o'clock Mountain Time. It is 54 degrees and sunny here in Summit County, Colorado. It is, hello, Father. It is Tuesday. For those of you who have no idea what day of the week it is Tuesday, May the 5th, the year 2020, which means it is Cinco De Mayo, which I believe is an American made-up holiday to celebrate Mexican independence. I think. Should have done a little research. But I will gladly celebrate holidays of any sort because it's fun to do so. Cinco De Mike-O is how I like to call it sometimes. I do have on my father-in-law says it looks like I have a poop stain on my shirt, but this is the Baja Peninsula, which is Mexico. So I'm wearing my Mexico shirt, the Baja Peninsula. And I got this in San Jose del Cabo a couple years back. And I am wearing my red and white shoes and my green and white socks, like the Mexican flag, red, white, and green, in honor of Cinco de Mike-O. And the liquid in the glass tonight is a little lighter in color because it is tequila and not bourbon, in honor of Cinco de Mike-O. The brand, a friend of mine recommended it. It's called Sparkle Donkey, I think. Now I'm confused. Chad Wilkin from my past. Pinto Court, Tuscaloosa. Legendary Chad Wilkin has tuned in tonight. That is some epic, only can happen during a pandemic stuff. Hello, Chad Elliott. I hope you're well, sir. So all of that Cinco de Mayo stuff out of the way. I paid zero attention to the news today. I actually have been editing nonstop all day long. Took a break, went to the post office, came back, kept editing. So I've been sitting in this room all day long, not paying attention to social media, to the news, to anything. So I don't know if anyone died today. I mean, I'm sure people died, but I don't know if any celebrities died today. I don't know if there's been any huge updates on the COVID-19. I don't know if the murder hornets are taking over the world. I have no idea. So there's that. We did keep the reverb on the broadcast because I enjoyed it immensely. Is this working? Somebody tell me, because I've got like a frozen looking screen here. Sherry, if you don't say hi, I will disown you. Well, Sherry Dusick, Bennett Dusick, hello, how are you? I hope you are doing incredibly well up there in the mountains of Ellijay, Georgia. Is this working? It looks frozen. Am I frozen? Someone tell me. Nope, it looks like we're working. Okay. Sherry, I don't know how you can disown me because we're only sort of family. You're married to my brother's, no, My brother is married to your sister. How is... You disown me? I don't know. Edgar Allan Poe is our subject matter for this week. We are on week 2, day 2 of Edgar Allan Poe. Last night we read the murders, what the heck was it called? The Murders in the Rue Morgue. We read a section from the Murders in the Rue Morgue. Tonight, and it is the precursor to what we read tonight. Tonight we are reading a selection from the Purloined Letter. The Purloined Letter is a short story by American author Edgar Allan Poe. It is the third of his 3 detective stories featuring the fictional C. Auguste Dupin. This is French, which is hard to read French with a southern accent. You are my brother-in-law through my sister's marriage. I'm not really sure about that. Whatever. It is the third of 3 detective stories featuring blah, blah, blah. The other 2 being The Murders in the Rue Morgue, which we read last night, and The Mystery of Marie Roget. These stories are considered to be important early forerunners of the modern detective story. It first appeared in the Purloined Letter, first appeared in the literary annual The Gift for 1845, and soon was reprinted in numerous journals and newspapers. Important early forerunners of the modern detective story. So who knew that Mr. Dick Wolf owed so much of his fortune and career to Edgar Allan Poe? Did he study Edgar Allan Poe? I don't know. That would be a good question. I think I'll put him on my list of people that I would like to interview one day. And if you were wondering who else is on that list, Vincent Clark, who is a musician. Vincent Clark, he helped start the band Depeche Mode, and then he left and he started a band called Yaz, and then he dissolved that band and he formed a band called Erasure. So Vincent Clark is on that list. Dick Wolf, I think, would be an interesting person to interview. And then another person is Ryan Murphy. Ryan Murphy, no relation whatsoever. Ryan Murphy seems to have a never-ending fountain of creative ideas. Some of them aren't popular. Some of them are slightly controversial. But, I mean, the dude never runs out of ideas. Every time I turn around, there's a new show on Netflix or television that Ryan Murphy has created. And generally, I enjoy his character development. I think he does a great job of creating characters that make me want to know more about them. I believe he created Insatiable. He created Glee. He created Nip Tuck. He created the American Horror Story. All of those shows. There's a litany of things out there that he has done, and he's got a new show on Netflix right now. It's called Hollywood. It's not for the faint of heart, just FYI, but incredible character development. So Ryan Murphy, also on the list of people that I would like to interview one day. Rounding out the top 5, I think, would be Mike Ness from Social Distortion, and maybe Billy Corgan. I think Billy Corgan would be interesting to interview. Either Billy Corgan or Chris Novoselic, who was the bass player for Nirvana, who has all but disappeared since Kurt Cobain died. Okay, sorry, it's a wormhole. Again, I don't have the producer over here going, hey, wrap it up. So this is what happens. The unnamed narrator of this story is the Parisian amateur detective C. Auguste Dupin. I'm not going to read this thing. Let's just get straight to it. The Purloined Letter. A selection from the Purloined Letter. Mary Carl Finkelstein. Hi, Mary Carl. I hope Jeff's with you. Harry, you're going to be a grandma soon. Ford, happy birthday, Ford. Leslie Walker Ford. Pittsburgh in the house. I presume you looked to the mirrors between the boards and the plates. I knew something was missing. Oh man, why did I do that? No, I have nothing at the end. It's very caramelly, this sparkle donkey. It's got like a caramel, like it's been aged in some sort of charred barrel. I presume you looked to the mirrors between the boards and the plates, and you probed the beds and the bedclothes, as well as the curtains and carpets. That, of course, and when we had absolutely completed every particle of furniture in this way, then we examined the house itself. We divided its entire surface into compartments, which we numbered, so that none might be missed. Then we scrutinized each individual square inch throughout the premises, including the two houses immediately adjoining, with the microscope as before. The two houses adjoining, I exclaimed. You must have had a great deal of trouble. We had, but the reward offered is prodigious. You include the grounds about the houses. Wait, that is a question. You include the grounds about the houses? All the grounds are paved with brick. They gave us comparatively little trouble. We examined the moss between the bricks and found it undisturbed. You looked among these papers, of course, and into the books of the library? Certainly. We opened every package and parcel. We not only opened every book, but we turned over every leaf in each volume, not contenting ourselves with a mere shake. According to the fashion of some of our police officers, we also measured the thickness of every book cover with the most accurate measurement and applied to each the most jealous scrutiny of the microscope. Had any of the bindings been recently meddled with, it would have been utterly impossible that the fact should have escaped observation. Some 5 or 6 volumes, just from the hands of the binder, we carefully probed longitudinally with the needles. You explored the floor beneath the carpets? Beyond doubt, we removed every carpet and examined the boards with the microscope. And the paper on the walls? Yes. You looked into the cellars? We did. Then I said, you have been making a miscalculation, and the letter is not upon the premises as you suppose. I guess I should let you know, they're looking for a letter. This part back here that I said I'm not going to read, I should tell you. A letter from the Queen's lover has been stolen from her boudoir by the unscrupulous Minister D. D was in the room, saw the letter, and switched it for a letter of no importance. He has been blackmailing the Queen. I guess I should have read that part. I do apologize. Let's get back to the text. And I fear you are right. So I just said, you've been making a miscalculation. The letter is not upon the premises as you suppose. I fear you are right there, said the prefect. And now, Dupin, what would you advise me to do? To make a thorough research, search of the premises. That is absolutely needless, replied G. I don't know who G is. I am not more sure that I breathe than I am that the letter is not at the hotel. I have no better advice to give you, said Dupont. I have, of course, an accurate description of the letter. Oh, yes, and here the prefect, producing a memorandum book, proceeded to read aloud a minute account. a minute account of the internal and especially of the external appearance of the missing document. Soon after finishing the perusal of this description, he took his departure more entirely depressed in spirits than I had ever known the good gentleman before. In about a month afterwards, he paid us another visit and found us occupied very nearly as before. He took a pipe and a chair and entered into some ordinary conversation at length. I said, "Well, but gee, what of the Purloined Letter? I presume you have at last made up your mind that there is no such thing as overreaching the minister." "Confound him," I said. "I made the re-examination, however, as Dupin is suggested, but it is all labor lost, as I knew it would be." See, these stories, these are short stories. The poems are easier to get through. The short stories, I can only do a bit of them because they are too long to read the entire selections. As much as I would like to, I don't think anyone would tune in. I mean, we're going on 18 minutes here on this broadcast, and I'm sure most people will have tuned out at this point, except for my family. It looks like the producer hasn't even tuned in. Whew. Jason Brown, how's it going, Shelley? Hope you're well down there on 8th Avenue, wherever that is. Mike Wilson. Hey, Jason, where's the margarita? So, okay, here's the thing. I accidentally drank all of the rest of the tequila, so I couldn't have something to bid you adieu with. But I'm sorry. Jason Cannon, I'm always late to the party thanks to these freaking little kids of mine. I don't know what to tell you. I have a 17-year-old. I only have one, though, but we learned our lesson. We just need one. One is good. Cinco de Mayo, May the 5th, 2020. Today's the day. Purloined Letter. We just finished reading our selection from that. Tomorrow, we will do more Edgar Allan Poe. Tomorrow's broadcast will probably be a little bit earlier. I do apologize, Jason Cannon. I know that doesn't help you out much. I think the lighting is better tonight. I do quite enjoy the reverb that we have added to the broadcast. I think the quick ingestion of the rest of the tequila that was in the glass is affecting the synapses and their ability to put a sentence together in proper form. So I do think that we probably should say good night for the night. I'm still here, but just got here, good Lord. Hi, Bree. I like it when we have all these different people from different places. We got Florida, we got California, Mike Wilson. Jason Brown is in Washington, D.C. Shelley is a local. Bartell is in Cocoa Beach, Florida. Jason Cannon is in the greater Orlando area. What else we got? Sherry is in Georgia. We got some South Carolinians with the Yateses. Steve Den, one of my favorite humans that I've ever worked with, is in Michigan. This is just a great, great thing. And Chad Wilkin. Chad Wilkin, if you're still there, I love you, dude. I'm glad you're here. Also, in the greater Orlando area. That's going to do it tonight for our Reading Things with a Southern Accent. I am astounded that we have made it to episode 38 of the 2020 variety. Back in 2011, when we did this the first time, we only made it to 23 episodes. So collectively, we're over 50. We're at 60. 38 and 23. We're over 60, right? Again, math is not my strong suit. The producer, who usually is over here, she can do that math like that. I cannot. She hasn't even tuned in tonight because she's enjoying herself wherever she is. My name is Murph. Thank you for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow with more Edgar Allan Poe. I don't know if I'll read the third story in this trilogy or not. We might go for something else. We will find out. Thank you for watching. Sorry, touched the microphone. Thank you for watching. And as always, the glass is empty. I do apologize. Please wash your hands. Good night.